Finally! Iceman is back! Let's go! Season 34, War number 9. A little rock reference for you. JTQ9 of SSX-1 is also back here with you. Welcome back to the channel after one war break because my fights did not record. So, maybe a good thing. I mean, I had a couple of fights that I thought I was actually very proud of actually in those ones. But anyway, that's besides the point. We got a big war here. We ended up losing the last one against Legion, so we're 4-4 on the season. War number 9, season 34 against NEFTI. Let's go. So we got their 3130 versus our 3129. And this war, I did bring Penny. Not for Hazard Shift though, because you'll see that later on, but I finally got to bring in my R3 Iceman that I ranked up at the end of last season that I was told, oh, don't worry, you'll get fights, you'll get to use them, this and that, and haven't had to use him once. So I was really happy to get the call this time, although these are going to be very, very, very boring fights because they are very long and very tedious, so I have sped them up so there's no issues. But this Korg, very straightforward. Obviously, you want to get his shield shattered so you're not taking any damage on the heavies. I wasn't particularly worried about the kind of the thorns damage at all. I figured I had a big enough health pool in that I've taken, anyways, I fought Korg a lot. Very, very comfortable with him. I can usually dex his SP1, SP2, and just, like I said, very comfortable with them. So in this one here, it is, as you can see, very straightforward. I was just spamming the SP1, so the cold snap and stuff would do the extra damage. Avoiding kind of any hits when he goes unblockable, and just like that, 70 hits later, he is down. So being Incinerated and Poison Immune, very good for that node with Iceman, and just a beast. So this one here, I have taken it in previous seasons, or in a previous last season, basically. I think I took it maybe once or twice. Hard to say, but basically, again, this one, another long and tedious fight. At least, well, I sped it up, so you guys didn't have to necessarily watch it, but the one thing that I've talked about in the past that I'll mention here again is that I don't throw any specials here, just as a failsafe. So my goal is to build to an SP3, because what will happen is that if I, for whatever reason, take a hit or he's able to shatter my armor, my ice armor, he can do damage with the charges and stuff. At least if I have that armor up, there's nothing happening. So my goal is always to kind of attack him where I can. Obviously, that's just obvious. Anyway. Hold that SP3 in case something happens. So there is a point coming up kind of later in the fight where you will see that in action as the reason why I hold this, just as that failsafe. I think I also had an invul boost on as well that I used for the kind of the previous two fights. Again, just to be safe. And at this point, at this stage in the fight, or in the war, it was still very, very close. The war ended up still finishing pretty close, so I don't want to ruin that till the end, but yeah, at this point, I think it's coming up just right after this. So I get, I think, the 5-hit combo in. I go attack there. Oh, no, sorry, it's after this one. And then, yeah, so I slowed it down, and I don't know, he threw a quick SP1. I wasn't paying attention. But as you can see, my ice armor kind of fell off there. Fortunately, he only had the 6 charges, so I instantly throw the SP3, and as you can see, my charges went back up. You saw, because he has the cold snap, how fast the timer is going up, that I would have been likely insta-dead if I wasn't able to keep that armor up. So again, it's just a failsafe, very safe fight, very long fight, but as you can see, I finished basically with a full bar of health at that point. So this next fight, I've got Domino on Spite. I have now taken it the last 3 wars, I want to say. So obviously I've gotten pretty comfortable here. As mentioned, I throw the pre-fight on because I will be using Reed for a fight, but since you can only use 3 pre-fights on when you're using him, the 4th one didn't need to be used anywhere else, so I throw it on just to be safe in case for whatever reason the ability accuracy is not reduced on kinetic transference, which Penny usually shuts down anyway. And then it's get lucky throwing the first SP1, in the sense that every time she crosses a bar of power, she was going lucky, so I decided to test it, throw it, and managed to get my 10 Spidey charges up. So then at this point now, it's just a question of building to the SP2. She was being very stingy, and I was starting to get worried here because I believe I forgot to put the Invul boost on. So had I taken the shot, the SP3, it would have been kind of scary. And I think I only realized it probably at this point where I was like, oh yeah, I don't want to do that again. That was kind of sketchy. So, but as you can see, pulled the SP2, and she is dead very, very quickly. Very easy fight with Penny. Love using her, love showcasing her. I don't think she still gets enough attention that she should be getting, because she can be used for basically any of these. Like, I probably could have used her against Tiger here as well. We elected to use Reed, obviously, so Mystic Dispersion wouldn't kick in because of the Defiance. And with Petrify and everything like that, just preventing her from getting gaining health, basically, or gaining power, not gaining health. So yeah, so we're going to go in. I'm very, very comfortable with Tiger in general. I do take her in AQ every single time it's on, so 5 out of 7 days a week, for those of you who didn't know. Again, I sped up this fight because it's a very parry-heavy kind of fight. So I elected to use the Advanced Power Boost just to try to make the fight go a little bit faster, because usually here I want to build to an SP2. Trying to bait the SP1 here, which I do, out of the way, and then throw the SP2 to get the additional debuffs on her. And again, the SP2 did a good amount of damage there, so I'm just parrying heavy, avoiding her SP1, which I've got the timing down. Like I said, I fight her a lot, so. And then, yeah, from here, again, parry heavy, followed by another SP2. Doesn't quite kill her, but does a good damage, even with the shock. And then I think at this point, yeah, it's just I threw an SP1 to try to get the additional the availability to have additional pre-fights for in case someone needed it. So yeah, that was basically my war. Super quick. In general, 2 Iceman fights. Happy to bring him back to war. I know he's not the most exciting thing. Our battle group, we ended up losing this one, but we ended up winning the war, which is at the end of the day the most important thing. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with our 4 deaths. I haven't kind of done the homework on that yet. But all to say is we got the win. 7's not our best performance, but it was good enough to win on this one. So happy to be back making videos. I was really upset because in the last war video, I took a couple different fights that I'm not used to taking. Got to showcase Penny again on a different node, and just unfortunate. So anyways, if you guys have made it this far, thanks again for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. It's always fun seeing new comments and seeing new faces, and if there's ever any questions on anything else, please let me know. Any other content you want to see, happy to try it. Take care, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.